No response na? Response? Okay lang. Okay. Last question na tayo. Kasi nintay na tayo ng Communication Research Department. Mag-ayos sa dito. Last question from the jury. Wala na? Ay, sige girl. Anong org? Specca. Okay.
Question is directed to Stan and Kaisa. Considering your pro-dunking of the SES, if ever you win, what concrete actions, may I stress on that, concrete actions, could you provide for assurance that the national government would abide by this dunking and provide a higher budget for UP to sustain the whole student population? To Alianza, if ever you win, how drastic of a reform are you willing to go to satisfy the student body, knowing that the students are clearly dissatisfied with the current SD system?
Isang concrete pang natin. Mag-joke lang kasi, concrete na eh. Concrete na. Sino una? Diyos ko ba ito? Okay, isa muna.
I-reiterate natin yung concrete. Uulitin natin yung kwento na sinabi natin na 2 years ago nakapag-usap tayo kay President Pascual. Nagtanong tayo, posible ba ang free tuition o zero tuition dito sa loob ng University of the Philippines? Ang sagot ni Paeb, oo. Pero hindi siya gagawin ng UP. Bakit? Every year, nag-iiba-iba ang budget na binibigay ng government sa ating education sector. Ngayong taon, 2.34% lang when in fact, sabi ng UNESCO, at least 6% dapat ang nilalaan ng gobyerno para sa education sector at dapat education ang may highest priority sa budget natin. Kaya naman tayo sa Kaisa, patuloy natin na pinopromote itong 6 Will Fix campaign, 6 Will Fix bill, kung saan tayo ay mag-aalat ng at least 6% of GNP from the GNP doon sa ating education sector na masusolusyonan hindi lang yung problema ng UP, pati yung problema ng primary and secondary education. At kung gusto niyo tanongin kung ano ng status ng 6 Will Fix dahil marami nang nagsasabi na matagal na itong dala-dala ng Kaisa, meron na tayong 3 sponsors na Senator Lauren Legarda, Senator Pia Cayetano, at Senator Sonny Angara. At patuloy natin itong ibinabahagi sa mga estudyante dahil kailangan natin ng public clamor para malaman ng gobyerno na ito ang tunay na kailangan ng mga estudyante ng sambayanan. Maraming salamat.
Often it's asked that what is the alternative to SE system or any form of socialized tuition? When in fact the proper premise is to understand that any socialized tuition system is in fact the alternative to the fact that the state has deregulated and abandoned its responsibility to provide our rights, its responsibility to provide education to the Filipino people. In line with this, what will we do? We have to understand bakit nga ba ganito in the first place. Kasi divided na tayo sa loob ng university natin. Bakit tayo papakinggan ng administration? Pag tayo nga dito mismo sa loob ng universidad natin at sa iba't iba pang mga SUCs, iba-iba ang pananaw. May mga iba pa nga nag-call dyan na expand ang SD system sa master's programs natin. Now that is not progressive. In fact, regressive. What we need right now is collective action. No one will listen to us kung hiwa-hiwalay tayo. No one will listen to us kung stand UP lang. That is why we invite every scholar ng bayan to join our call. But how do we concretize this? Rise for Education Alliance, Youth Act Now Alliance. These are the biggest and broadest alliances in the nation, wherein members, organizations, publications, and many other student councils of SUCs and even private schools join our alliance, calling for the state to intervene and provide the right to education. Now, this is concrete. Ito ang sama-samang pagkilos when we expand beyond the four corners of our classroom, beyond our own campus. Adding to this, we support nationwide campaigns in Congress. We utilize every medium we can, even lobbying in Congress. But what is most powerful, beyond any lobbying, most powerful than any position paper, is the fact that the students themselves stand up for our rights sa sama-samang pagkilos natin makamit ang tunay na pagbabago.
Let's just define some words. I think when you talk about concrete, that means changes that we can actually feel that are tangible immediately after we pass these things. So if we call, for example, for a better socialized tuition, we can expect that there are more reforms. when it comes to this. And if you're not satisfied with socialized tuition, we tell you that we're not satisfied either. From Alliance, we've always advocated for a just, progressive, and efficient socialized tuition. Paulit-ulit natin sinasabi na naging mas efficient siya. Yes, we concede that. Pero naging mas progressive pa siya. I'll give an example of a concrete change that happened. From STF up to STS, alam niyo ba na dumoble ang mga students na bracket E1 at E2? So, ibig sabihin nun, dumoble din yung mga students na fully subsidized ang tuition nila at dumoble din yung students na may full stipend. It's concrete because the budget that they allocated for stipends before has now doubled. Now, with a reform like that, that's kind of the drastic change that we can get. That's why from Allianza, to make it more just and more progressive, we're calling for a progressive rollback. Ibig sabihin, ibababa yung tuition at all levels. Yes, we agree na dapat libre ang tuition sa lahat in the long run. But concrete means that until we get there, we need a solution that can meet the needs of the students. It's not just a tokenistic campaign na sasabihin natin, gusto natin ng ganito. Pero habang wala pa tayo dito, paano yung mga estudyante may pangangailangan? Paano natin nasasagot yun? We believe that the socialized tuition system should be ideal. Kung hindi mo kayang magbayad ng tuition, hindi mo dapat babayaran yun. Yun ang ideal na socialized tuition system. Kaya for example, dapat ang bracket B students mas mababa pa. Kung hindi 1,000, dapat 500 pesos na lang, for example. Dapat talagang lower yung tuition natin at every level because we see that it is a regressive system. That's how drastic we can make it. Tumaas yung budget for stipends because of the reforms that we passed. That's how drastic we can make it. It's concrete and it's real, it's tangible. Thank you very much.
Your response, very good.
First, I would say, how can you say that these reforms were passed because of your initiative? There are also moves from within the system to actually reform the system. That's why that confuses me. Bakit kailangan ng mga estudyante na magsabi na make your jobs better? Hindi ba dapat given na yon kapag nagtatrabaho ka sa public sector? Second, you say, maybe pasarin yun sa amin na tokenistic daw yung 6 will fix campaign. I don't think na tokenistic siya. I think na even concrete siya eh. Kasi bakit concrete nga? Ano ba yung definition natin ng concrete? Concrete means something which we can rely on. Concrete means something na hindi natin kailangang hanap-hanapin every year na lang. And institutionalizing something through a bill, through a law, that's something concrete. That's why we fight for laws like RH bill, RH law. That's why, kasi konkreto siya. And meron tayong, kapag hindi siya natugunan, meron tayong babalikan na batas na bakit hindi nyo ito ginagawa. Now, ang gets ko naman yung concern nyo na, on the interim, ano yung gagawin natin? Fine. Bakit hindi natin alam kung ano yung pinakamagandang solusyon dun sa gagawin natin interim? Kasi hindi transparent kung paano ginagastos yung UP budget. Hindi transparent kung magkano ba yung kinikita natin sa mga IGPs natin, sa mga ni-utilize nating assets. Malay mo, kaya na pala natin na libre yung tuition kahit wala pa yung mataas na subsidy. Katulad na lamang ng DOST. Tingnan mo, ilan yung pinapapag-aral natin sa mga science high schools ng libre at may stipend pa. Tapos, susugat pa natin ito ng sunod-sunod na alegasyon ng korupsyon, sunod-sunod na alegasyon ng misaligned funds and misappropriated savings. Now, tell me na hindi konkreto yung demand. Tell me na hindi totoo yung demand. Tell me na tokenistic yung demand ng full state subsidy agaran. Now, sige, since na-shutdown ko na yun, dito naman tayo.
Daming time.
Okay. Ay, napapatay. Okay, sige. We are also in the process of building an alliance, and we recognize that alliances are good. Alliances are great ways of actually, this is actually just people coming together for a cause. And sa 616 Coalition, ang target natin, hindi lamang mga people from education sector, but actually, not even just in the public sector, public education, but also in public high schools, supreme student governments of public high schools, private high schools. Bakit? Kasi dapat dito nag-uumpisa pa lang. Sa K-12, ramdam na ramdam mo na yung importansya ng sustento galing sa Estado. Pangalawa, hindi lamang din sana nga yung Rights for Education Alliance, makausap natin tungkol sa 6 will fix. Kasi kailangan din natin ng mas malaking sako, mas malaking network. And it's actually a venue for people, especially in the University of the Philippines, to actually work together and come together. Itap din natin yung FYI. Itap din natin FYI, yung yung Freedom FYI Youth Initiative, di ba?
FYI na.
Kasi meron silang connections. And kung ang goal natin is a wider, sabi nga ng mga kasama natin sa Stand UP, kung gusto natin ay sama-samang pagkilos, bakit tayo nagpapalimitado sa mga partido natin, sa mga linya natin? Gumawa tayo ng bagong linya. Mag-set tayo na ito ang ating pangangailangan at nandito tayo sa likod ng linya to, sama-sama bilang mga iskolang ng bayan, kasama ang mas malaking bahagdan ng sambayanan na naghihirap at nagdidemand ng greater state subsidy, ng full state subsidy dahil ang edukasyon ay karapatan. Maraming po salamat.
Response to both though. Una sa lahat, doministic na akong campaign sa 6 will fix. That would be insulting din. According to UNESCO nga, ito ay mahalaga. But isn't it more tokenistic? Parang it's a token to say that this is our right. The state should provide it, but until then, ito socialized tuition. Yan, now that is giving a token when what we deserve is our rights. A second point, regarding the 6 will fix, maganda naman talaga na we have greater state subsidy. 6%, why not? But because we have to understand that education is not defined by the budget itself, but the nature and its character. And right now, the character of education here in the Philippines does not serve the Filipino people. It serves private sectors, commercial areas, and only the few. That is why even if we get 6%, and there's still this character in our educational system, may problema pa rin tayo dito sa UP at sa ibang mga eskwelahan.
May response? Okay.
So, to discuss everything and to synthesize, let's talk a little public sector economics. And I think Nico used to be from the National College of Public Administration and Governance. I don't know how much you learned from that. But let me enlighten you a little on the budget. You know that actually the budget for education is not 6%. Alam natin it's a little less than 2.4%. So imagine that's just half of the target that we want. We agree naman, it's a UNESCO declaration, and we agree. Dapat, really ideally, 6% dapat siya. But think about it. If we go from this year na 2.4% siya, at dodoble natin, think of the shock that it will cause to the government. Now, we're going to take that budget away from the health sectors, away from other sectors. Again, we don't disagree.
Silence, please.
We don't disagree na dapat kunin siya. Dapat mas mataas ang budget for education. Tama yun. And we also agree na dapat may transparency as well. Alam natin na may mga unused savings na hindi nagagamit. That's why we are calling again for a progressive rollback. Kasi na-recognize natin na may pondo na sana nagagamit sa pangbayad ng tuition ng mga scholar ng bayan. But at the end of the day, konkreto yung tanong sa atin, who do we talk to? Do we just talk to a figurehead and say, let's do this, let's do this? At the end of the day, we're submitting concrete proposals to the University Committee on Scholarships and Financial Assistance. This is the committee directly who makes these policies and will make decisions on these policies. Konkreto yung nagawa natin sa 10-page proposal, and we talked about this already, kung saan we can actually make changes. Diba? If we want a higher budget for education, nagawa na natin siya. We made a way na tumaas, dumoble yung budget for the stipends for UP students. We believe that everyone has a right to accessible education. That's why, syempre, parallel yung campaign natin. In the long run, free education, until we can get there, we need a solution to make sure that nobody pays more than what they are capable of paying. And in a socialized vision that is ideal, that is just, progressive, and efficient, we can achieve that. So, yun.
Pwede ka mag-respond, pero very light na lang.
Very light na lang, very light. First, AJ, don't patronize me by saying I used to be in public ed. I think it's very important that we students, even regardless of our course, we understand the budget process here in our country. But moreover, we don't think we have the monopoly of understanding, the monopoly of knowledge when it comes to economic development, when it comes to development of our Filipino people. On a second note, sige, you're working in the framework of pragmatism that next year if we double it, what will happen? No? What will happen? Maybe if we started in 2006, rather than supporting tuition and other fee increases, we joined the call to actually increase the budget of the and maybe at this point in time, we would have more than the 6. Sama-samang higitin pa natin ang 6% na yan. So, historically speaking, We are in this position because of our principles, our calls, and stands from the past. And that is why it is important to be a historic approach to this so we can make decisions in the present that will ultimately affect us in the future. So please also study the whole history of Alianza so you have a better understanding of the principles.
Okay, response. Okay,
I'm glad that you put this on the level of policy, especially that the budget actually excites me. As a political science major, I know that budget is actually a political process. Sabi mo, hindi nakakatakot yung shock. Tama naman, nang doblehin natin yung spending sa education. And lalo na, considering na kukunin natin ito halimbawa sa health sector, sa iba pang mga social services. Ngayon, simple lang yung solusyon. Huwag natin siyang kunin sa health sector. Kunin natin siya doon sa debt servicing, una. Kunin natin siya sa maliit funds na gamit ng PIDAM. Kunin natin siya sa mga doon sa mga usually ginagamit natin for corruption. Hindi ba mas maganda yung ganon? Yung mga hindi natin pinapakinabangan, yun na yung papakinabangan natin para dito sa edukasyon. Okay, pangalawa. Okay, dahil na-shutdown ko na yun. Doon naman tayo sa Doon naman tayo sa... Wait, guys. Doon naman tayo sa... Wait, nawala ako. Doon naman tayo sa issue na pagiging on the long run, ito yung ating goals. On the short term, ito yung ating goals. I understand that we should have parang parallel, tama naman, goals. However, let's talk a little philo. Is it logical to parang pursue full state subsidy in the long run and pursue anti-student policies in the short run? So, does it make sense? Is it logical? That is what sets us apart as scholars ng bayan. These are the questions we ask. Not just questions of policy, not just questions of facts and information. Because facts and information, they are available in the internet and we are living in a great age of information. But we ask, sa rason ng masa, sa katwiran na pangsambayanan, ito ba ay lohikal? Habang nangangarap tayo ng free tuition, balang araw, lumalaban tayo para sustentuhan natin mga estudyante yung ating pag-aaral. Yun, mabuhay tayo sa realidad. Mag-usap tayo tungkol sa polisiya, pero maging lohikal tayo, maging nasyonal tayo, dahil iisa ang ating panawagan, full state subsidy, pero paano natin yung kakamtin, hindi maganda yung nais ng alyansa. Ito na.
Okay, good response ba? Wala na. Okay, closing statements na tayo.